feeling cold against your skin. Running through the chaos, letting all the sin. Temptation in a bottle, ready for the night. Craving for the thrill, it's time to ignite. Dark desires burning bright. Echoes in the dead of night. No retreat, no looking back on this heart attack.
Hey, how are you all? I hope you had a good time with Web Sleuths, what they're up to. Um, just while we get started, do you know what I saw? I saw one of the grossest things I've ever seen. You know, I went on the internet and I found this. I saw this in an article just before. Careful, careful. You might be grossed out. I saw this. This is macaroni cheese and ramen. Who makes things like this? Why? Why? What did the ramen do to you? Why do we do such things? It is spaghetti and ramen, stir fry noodles or something. It's from a company called Noodles and Company. Never heard of such a place, but apparently they combine ramen and mac and cheese. Um, Probably one of the grossest things I've I've ever seen. It's yeah, it's gross. It is a little bit gross. I was watching the show that we just did. This looks very crisp to me, like very like high quality, but the replays are fuzzy again. I don't understand what causes the replays to be not as high def as when we stream it. It's very strange. Well, like right now, like the video quality is really good. But when I checked the replay from the last show, it's very bad. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into that. Hey, you guys? What are you guys up to? What are you guys up to? Did you have fun? Did you talk? What do you guys talk about? Politics? Did you talk about religion? Is that what you did? Apparently, there was a standoff in Oklahoma earlier tonight. Did you guys hear about this? There was a standoff. A suspect dies in explosive standoff in Pauls Valley. They say a traffic stop in Pauls Valley escalated into a deadly standoff involving explosives, resulting in the suspect's death and a complex investigation. We're going to check that out in a minute. Explosives? How do you go from traffic stop to explosives, a standoff, and then people being killed? What kind of afternoon is that for someone? I find that very odd. Hey, good to see you guys in the chat. I'm going to take you into the late hours of the morning. We're going to talk some true crime on here. I don't know if Vicky is watching. Vicky, if you're out there, let me know. Maybe Vicky is watching. She might be. And then if she is, I'll tell you who Vicky is. Until then, I won't tell you. Laura says, my phone needed charging. All right. Have fun with that. All right, let's check out what's going on with this standoff in the Pauls Valley in Oklahoma.
A simple traffic stop turned into a pursuit, which then turned into a standoff with law enforcement and ended with a suspect dead after a pipe bomb went off inside this house in Pauls Valley. It all started Friday morning when the Garvin County Sheriff says the suspect, Derek Davidson, took off in his vehicle and led Pauls Valley police and Garvin County deputies on a half-hour-long pursuit. He then ended up at his own house off 3260 Road.
He tried to negotiate him out of the house. He barricaded himself in. We tried to get him to come out. He wouldn't come out.
After hours of trying to negotiate with Davidson, law enforcement tried to fly a drone in the home, which he then tried to destroy. But later on, a small explosion came from inside the home.
Appears that that a pipe bomb or some kind of device had exploded, which ended his life.
Deputies then went door to door to the neighbors.
We evacuated a couple of surrounding houses to make sure that everything was safe.
Oklahoma Highway Patrol's bomb squad was called in to check out the house, and the sheriff says it's a good thing they did, because they found more explosives wired to go off.
When they were able to get into the house, they found out that there were secondary devices The house was also booby trapped, so if we would have went in, we would have could have suffered some extensive injuries to ourselves.
OSBI was called in to investigate, and as of Friday night, investigators don't have a motive for why Davidson had the other explosives.
There's a lot that we still have to uncover and look through at this time, so we don't have a lot more answers outside of what Sheriff had presented just now.
No law enforcement officials were injured in any of this, and no neighbors were hurt either. In Pauls Valley, Jason Berger, KOCO 5 News.
So the guy died via pipe bomb, got into this standoff with police, and then they flew a drone into the home and he tried to attack it and shoot it out of the air. When he realized he wasn't winning, he set off a pipe bomb. If it wasn't so serious, it'd almost be a comedy. What happened where this went from traffic stop to pipe bombs and drones being shot out of the air? So let's try and find out who this guy is. This guy's name is Derek Davidson, and they're saying he fled law enforcement earlier in the day, leading police and deputies on a half-hour pursuit before barricading himself in his house at 3260 Road. The individual tried to crash into vehicles, at one time almost head-on with one of the deputies. Law enforcement attempted to negotiate with Davidson for hours, but he refused to surrender. Efforts to fly a drone into the home were met with resistance, and eventually a small explosion occurred inside. They said it appears that a pipe bomb or some kind of explosive had exploded, which ended his life. And like they said, when they got into that home, it had been booby-trapped with more explosives. This is one of the craziest stories I've read in a while. The fact that this all seemed to be set up for when a day like this took place. And when it finally happened, Derek Davison was ready. Wow, that is just odd. Just really strange. I would like to know more about the background to this guy. So it looks like he had been arrested in Kansas. Maybe he used to live in Lawrence, Kansas? And this was back in 2023. I don't know if this is the same guy, but I suspect, being that Oklahoma and Kansas are very close together, that it might be. Look at this. Back in 2023, Derek Davison was arrested when he used to live out in Lawrence. They're saying here that he fled authorities back then too, and they had to deploy a drone at that time as well. Very, very odd that this might be him. There's a photo of him. They say here, we have reason to believe that Derek Davison was in Lawrence again last night in another stolen vehicle. Shortly after 1 a.m., a woman called police saying she caught a man breaking into her vehicle. When she confronted him, he left in a different vehicle with a female passenger. Less than 5 minutes later, officers spotted the SUV the victim described, and both occupants took off running. Officers were able to apprehend the female, but the male got away. They brought in the drone and dog squad, but weren't able to find the man. The female was taken into custody, and that they were looking for Derek Davidson to arrest him. And it seems like they did eventually get him. That's what this photo is here. Let me try and find out more. So this guy seems to have had a long history with the law. Lawrence, Kansas. Yeah, definitely. Back in March and Feb of 2023, so he's considered a suspected car thief, and he has a long history with the law, a very long history. He's been convicted of several felonies in the past, especially felony theft and felony obstruction back in 2022. So I don't know if that's what happened today, is that he was in a stolen vehicle again, and that's why he ran from authorities. But it definitely seems like this guy has been around causing trouble in Kansas and Oklahoma for a good period of time. Why he was in Oklahoma this time, I don't know. But here's an old article.
New at midday, a warning about a man considered to be armed and dangerous. Lawrence police say Derek James Davidson has led officers on a trail of crimes and remains on the run from police. Davidson is believed to have stolen a car in Topeka before driving to Lawrence. There, he ran from police on foot in the 700 block of Iowa Street around 2:30 Wednesday afternoon. Lawrence police believe he later stole a box truck 2 hours later in the 800 block of Broadview Drive and then left town. Lawrence police have notified Topeka police.
I'm just trying to find out whether it is the same person or not. How old are they saying this particular guy is? Because in 2023, he was 31. So let's have a look. It doesn't give me an age of the Davidson that we are talking about tonight. Let's have a look. No, that's not him. I'm not sure, but I would be surprised if there was two guys with the same name in a close proximity to each other that have long histories with the law. So we may find out that these are one and the same, because yeah, their histories seem to date back quite a period of time, and his life has really ended in a really horrible way. According to this journal that I have here, if it is the same guy, and let me check if it is. It doesn't tell me, but apparently he's been in several police chases with authorities in Kansas, and yeah, I don't know. But they did consider him armed and dangerous. I mean, this guy's used to running from authorities, and it sounds like what happened here tonight is he ran from authorities and then they went back to his property. So where is Pauls Valley? Let's have a look. Pauls Valley, Oklahoma. All right, let's have a look on the map. How far away from Lawrence? Oh, you bugger of a thing. Let's go to Pauls Valley, Oklahoma. I don't want to train. I just want to go to Pauls Valley. All right. And how far away from the border is it? I mean, he's far away from Lawrence. He's Pauls Valley is not too far from Chickasha Nation. It's just north of it. So it is south of Oklahoma City, south of Norman and Moore, Oklahoma. I just want to find out how far away he'd be from Lawrence. Like, is it possible this? Yeah, Lawrence is right near Kansas City, on the border of Missouri and Kansas, near Topeka. I don't know. Do you think it's possible there's multiple guys that are doing the same thing? Yeah, yes, but Pauls Valley is in the south side of Oklahoma, closer to the Texas border or the Texas Panhandle, rather than being near the Oklahoma, Missouri, Kansas triple point, which is further north. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait till we get a photo of this guy from the authorities to find out, like, if this is the same dude, if this is something he you know, does. Because, like, what was the pursuit over? They're saying the incident began Friday morning when Derek Davison fled from law enforcement, leading police and deputies on a half-hour pursuit before barricading himself in a house. So, what was that for? That's what we sort of need to find out. Let's have a look. Traffic stop in Pauls Valley. Yeah, let me see if I can find like another news thing for it. Let me try KOKH and see if they've got anything on it. KHOK don't have anything. All right, let's try one of the other. Let's try news. What they call News 6 in Oklahoma. Let's see if they have anything about this guy. They don't have anything either about this supposed standoff. Strange. Yeah. All right, one more. Who else do we have in news? K4. Let's try K4. K4 have a lot about the other story we were talking about, the 16-year-old son who confessed to killing his mother, but not anything about this, not about this other story, unfortunately. They got a lot about the other one we're talking about, though. Okay, we're just gonna have to wait and find out. We're gonna have to wait and find out if it's the same guy, and I mean, I would be surprised if you had two guys around the same age that do very similar things with law enforcement, like leading them on pursuits in stolen vehicles. And this guy had pipe bombs in a car in a home that was already, booby trapped and things like that. Because you heard, if it is the same guy, when he was arrested in Lawrence in Kansas, he was barricaded into a home, but he lost on that occasion because they sent a drone in and they ended up getting him out of that home. On this occasion, they sent a drone in, but he shot it and basically disabled it. Then the pipe bomb went off. I don't know. It's almost like history reliving itself between the two confrontations. So we'll have to wait. I don't know how many people called Derek Davidson there could be, but they're around the same age too. This guy is 31. They didn't give an age for the one that happened tonight. I don't know. I will tell you when we have more on it. But it's Kim says clearly he has issues. I think if you're creating those type of weapons and keeping them in your home in case you get into a police chase with authorities, yes, you clearly must have issues, because I don't think that's what normal people do. I don't think normal people are keeping that type of explosives in their home in case cops attack, like come and get them. Yeah, very strange story out of Oklahoma tonight. Derek Davidson, and that we found a Derek Davidson who has a long history with law enforcement in Kansas, not Oklahoma. So we're going to have to wait and see. Coco 5 are the only ones reporting on it right now. So the other guy has a middle name of James, Derek James Davidson. In this particular one, they're only giving us a first and last name, but not a middle name or an age. No age has been given either. Yeah, Oklahoma Highway Patrol bomb squad was called in to inspect the house, discovering additional explosives wired to detonate. When they got into the house, they found out there were secondary devices, and the house was also booby trapped. So if we had gone in, we could have suffered some extensive injuries to ourselves. The OSBI has been brought in to investigate. As of late Friday night, the motive behind Davidson's actions remain unclear. They said there's a lot that we still have to uncover and look through at this time, but we don't have a lot more answers other than what the sheriff presented just now. So there you go. What authority was it? Gavin County Sheriff. Okay. Let's see if we can go to the Garrett County Sheriff and see if they did a press conference or not. Okay. Yes, a official press release for the incident. Okay, it doesn't look like they live streamed it. At least I don't see it. But they did put out a statement on their yeah, on their website. Okay. Yep. All right, let's have a look. What do they call him? Okay. Interesting. So now I'm confused. In this particular article from the OSBI, they do give an age. They identify him as a 32-year-old Derek Davidson. The other guy we were talking about, Derek James Davidson, hold on. That was 2023, and they called him 31 years old. It's very close. It's very close. I don't know if it's him. See, back when he was arrested in 2023, they called him 31. I don't know if you could age only 1 year in 2.5, 3 years. So I don't know, maybe it's a different guy. That's very weird that you'd have two guys doing very similar things across multiple different counties. Strange. But they're saying here that on January 30, 2026, the Gavin County Sheriff's Office requested the OSBI to investigate a death by possible explosive device. They said just after 10 a.m., officers initiated a traffic stop near North Walnut Street and West Grant Avenue. During the attempted traffic stop, the suspect driver sped away, leading to a pursuit. The suspect, identified as 32-year-old Derek Davidson, accelerated to speeds over 100 miles per hour, almost colliding with several patrol vehicles. The pursuit eventually traveled westbound into Gavin County, where deputies also assisted with the pursuit. Davidson led law enforcement to his residence near North County Road in Pauls Valley. Davidson then barricaded himself inside the home, resulting in a standoff with law enforcement. They said they tried to make contact with him, but they weren't unable to. It was learned an explosive device had detonated, resulting in Davidson's death. Guys, hold on. All right. Missy Motormouse said it's got to be the same guy. I mean, Yeah, I would think it would have to be, and that somewhere along the sort of thing, the age has been misreported. Either the previous history in 2023 or right now, it's not being reported correctly. I gotta think it's the same guy. Look, either way, this guy, if it is, they both have long histories with the law, and they're saying here that this guy. Yeah, I'm trying to find out more about it. I don't see too much more, but it's only happened in the last few hours. So it happened at 10 a.m. today. The Gavin County Sheriff's Office only put out a press release about 3 hours ago. So it's been a long investigation for it. Yeah, 2 hours ago from the OSBI. Here, I'll show you. OSBI put out this press release here. Yeah, what do they say? Yeah. Apparently, his sister commented on the Southern Oklahoma uncensored scanner feed saying he was a professional plumber with no previous problems with law enforcement, and she was there at the scene during the standoff. They're saying I don't see a lot of her comments on the post anymore. Interesting. Apparently, his family were commenting, saying saying that basically he is a good guy and that he has never done anything wrong. Strange. I want to know what oh yeah, let's have a look. Oklahoma Southern. Let's see if we can find her comments. That's 3 hours ago. Trying to find the one from. Yeah, it must be this one here. Let's see if we can find the sister's comments. Let's have a look. I'm trying to. This lady, Christian Morris, says that's my brother, and that's about all she wrote. Christian Morris. Let's see. All right, maybe we can go to her page and see if she has posted an update. Nope. But apparently his sister was pregnant. She says having a baby girl. Oh, that's sad that her brother will never meet her child. So I think her comments have been deleted because they're not there anymore. The only one that they have on the post is basically saying, "That's my brother." There's no others. Apparently, there was others that were describing certain things about her brother, but not anymore. Not anymore. Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, I don't see her commenting other than that one comment from Christian Morris. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, his sister posting online saying that he's just a good boy, a plumber who would never do anything like this. So I have a question for his sister. If he's such a good boy, where did the bombs come from? Why are they there? And if he is such a good plumber, Why does he keep explosives in the pipe? I mean, him being a plumber tells us where he got the pipe from, but where did the explosives come from? And why? And why with the police? And why did he not stop? Why did he take police on a pursuit? Many questions. Many questions. Maybe he was a good boy at one time. Doesn't sound like he's a good boy now. Sounds like he's unfortunately effed around and found out, unfortunately. So we'll have to wait and see what comes of the investigation with the OSBI in relation to this. But not often you hear about a standoff that ends with someone blowing themselves up with a pipe bomb. Pretty hardcore. Pretty hardcore. Let me see if we got any other. Oh, there was the one that we were talking about before we went off the air. The one in New South Wales where 2 people were found. Hold on. Yeah, 2 hours ago. No new updates for it, but they're just saying that 2 men, both aged 28, found dead in Glenorrhea, in Sydney's northwest. They're saying both men were found with laceration injuries, and that the police are not treating the deaths as suspicious. So what does that mean? If they're not treating it as suspicious, are they saying it's a murder S word? They're not even saying that. They're just saying it's not suspicious. Strange. I don't know what to make of that, but they're saying it's got the lifeline number. Normally that means S word or something like that. So odd. But yeah, 2 men Pecori home. Let me have a quick look if there's any other update. Maybe I would have thought in the Daily Telegraph, yeah. Let me check the Daily Telegraph and see if they have a update or not about these 2 men. Okay, they did. They put out an update like 8 minutes ago. They say 2 men in their 20s have been found dead at a property in Sydney's northwest. Emergency services were called to a home on Harrison Lane, Glenorrhea, about 8:40 a.m. on Saturday following a concern for welfare report. They say officers attached to the Ku-ring-gai Police Area Command arrived to find the bodies of 2 men, both aged 28, with laceration injuries. Police have established a crime scene in the backyard of the property near a swimming pool. That's ominous. Near a swimming pool? Police have said detectives have commenced an investigation into the incident, but it's not being treated as suspicious. Well, whatever happened to these 2 28-year-old men, there's the crime scene tent. Here, I'll show it to you. Let's have a look. There's the crime scene. Oh my god, is that a body? Did they just is that a I don't know if that's a body. That's what it looks like. I hope that's not what it is and they haven't um censored it. It almost looks like that's a person there lying flat on the concrete just where that tent is. I hope that's not what it is. Yeah, with lacerations. Yeah, maybe a knife fight? But then why would you say it's not suspicious? Are you saying that they did something to each other and they both ended up dead? Like a DV type incident? It's interesting, a knife fight. Could be a dude standing. Oh, it could be like a forensic cop. Could be. I hope that's not. I hope that's not one of the victims anyway. But this is where they've set up the forensic tent. It's an interesting place as a crime scene anyway. Like there of all places, you got a house up here, you got a garage over here, or a shed. But over here is where they set up the forensics. So, yeah, it is a big property. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait though. There's no information. They're saying a report will be prepared for the coroner. So I don't know if we'll get much more out of it compared to what we already know. Doesn't sound like it. All right, all right. What else do we have? I think we've got. I think there was an Amber Alert earlier today too. We do have a Amber Alert for a missing pair of brother and sister, Sophia Ordonez, missing since the 28th of January. Let me see if I can find anything about these two. And the other one is called Romeo. Breaking news. Yeah, hold on. Amber. Very little information. Yeah, here we go. Let's go to KFDA. Let's see. All right. They say an Amber Alert has been issued for two children who were seen or who were last seen Wednesday in California. And it's 12-year-old Romeo and 9-year-old Sophia. The suspect looks like it is the 45-year-old woman named Crystal. She shares a last name with both of the children, which sounds like it might be parental, like parental abduction or something like that. They said they believe Crystal is driving a black 2018 Kia Sorento with California license plate 8LR F237 and that they are trying to track her down. So there you go, Amber Alert. I don't have a lot of other information for them. Yeah, they were last seen in Santa Clarita, LA County. The suspect is believed to be driving that 2018 Kia Sorento with the California license plate 8LR F237. And it sounds like she has abducted two of her children or two relatives that are known to her, a female and a young male. The male is 12, the female is 9. So there we go. Other than that, not a lot of details for either of them. Let me see if I can find anything on Crystal. I don't see a lot except for it's like a very general Amber Alert. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah. The information that we have is the information that we have, unfortunately. But these two children and what could possibly be their mum. Yeah, they don't look. Yeah, they definitely look young in the photos. I agree with you. I don't think they look like they're 12 and 9, but you never know. Uh, I'll have to leave it there with that one because I don't have any more information on it. Just that they're looking for them in California. So I am sorry about that. Let me see if we've got any other updates to stories that we've been covering. A lot of new information if you like the Epstein files. A lot of documents and photos getting released today if that's something that you're into. Let's have a look. I don't. All right. Let me see if I can find anything else on us. Um. Okay. Let's see if we got an update for David. Let's see how our grand jury is going. Do we have any updates on that? It seems like we don't. All right. What about his friend? He had a friend who was arrested. Let me see if what's going on with that. Okay. A friend of singer David was arrested in Montana and has now been taken to California. Neo Langston, 23, was arrested in Los Angeles on Friday, January 23rd, and released on a $60,000 bail on January 24, according to LA jail records. So he did get out of jail. They're saying here, wow, so they basically took him to LA just to get him out on bail and basically let him go. Bit strange. I would have thought they would have kept him behind bars until he could testify at least or give evidence in the in the grand jury proceedings. Let's have a look. What are they saying here? Popular Twitch streamer and friend of embattled rapper David was arrested at his mother's home in Montana for allegedly failing to appear as a witness for a Los Angeles homicide investigation. And they're saying he was booked for dodging a mandated appearance as a witness in a homicide probe in LA. They're saying it's unclear what case he had been called to testify in, but his pal David is part of a investigation into Celeste Rivas that we do know about. So I would be guessing, considering there is a grand jury looking to get an indictment going on right now, that it's most likely related to that. Okay. So that's your update with that. He's currently out on a $60,000 bond in LA. All right. What else do we have? Let's do something fun for this Friday night. I think I have one for you. What about a school principal who thinks that she can shoplift everything in the world? Because that's what she has done. Hold on. School principal accused of shoplifting from Walmart using stacking method at self-checkout. They're saying an assistant school principal was arrested in Georgia after she allegedly stole nearly $1,000 from a Walmart by using the stacking method at a self-checkout line. What is the stacking method? They're saying here that her alleged crime came to light on January 12 when a Walmart employee handed over surveillance footage of Shaw in the act to police. They're saying investigators then matched the disgraced educator to the theft through a driver's license database. On January 14, officers went over to Shaw's home and confirmed the two cars in the driveway, a 2018 Ford F-150 and a 2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee, matched the vehicle seen in the footage speeding away from the store after the alleged thefts. Here, let me put up a photo of her. This lady here, $1,000 of shoplifting from a Walmart. For what reason? I don't know. They're saying here she started her role as an assistant principal at the school in 2024 and has been an educator for nearly 2 decades. Why she felt the need to shoplift from Walmart of all places. Here's her mugshot here for you. She's been charged with 1 felony count of shoplifting and released the same day as her arrest on a $4,875 dollar bond. They're saying they're not sure when she's due back in court, but basically she will now be known to everyone at the school as a shoplifter. Maybe some of the teenage girls will ask her for tips and tricks. Let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, I don't know why you would need to shoplift $1,000 from Walmart. What could you possibly get at Walmart that you would need to do this? And what the hell is the stacking method? Let's have a look if we can find it. Let's see if we can find what the stacking method is. Ah, okay. So basically, it's as easy as it sounds. You basically get 2 items and you put the cheaper one of the 2 underneath the other item, scan just one of them and put them in the bag. This does not work in Australia. In Australia, at our self-service checkout, they have scales. So even when you put it in the bag, it knows if you put more than one item into the bag. So if you don't put the item into the bag, it knows. If you put more than one item into the bag, it will know. It knows the weight or the roundabout weight of every item that you put through. So it wouldn't work here. Yeah, you would get in trouble very quickly. Our one in Australia, even if you leave items in your trolley, it'll pick up that you haven't scanned everything in your trolley, and the attendant will come over and have to check all your stuff, all your shopping, and they'll see if you've left anything behind. It'll send off an alarm. It's really annoying. Yeah, so our ones are much more strict than the ones in Walmart. So yeah, she stole $943.97 between November 1st and December 31st by placing multiple unknown items on top of each other and only scanning one. So she'd basically just scan one item but take them all and leave the store. Yeah, they're saying she was picked up by store security and they realized that they had seen this type of thing before. So yeah, there you go. Now you get your mugshot. You don't get to have this picture. No, no, no. You get to have this picture put all over the internet, wrinkles and all. You get all your forehead lines put all on the internet for everyone to see. No airbrushing here. That's the price you pay for being a thief. You get your non-filtered photos put on the internet. Green Fairy Light said those AI scanners have been known to flag children in shopping carts as a non-scanned item. They're very annoying. They're very annoying. Sean says, can I tell you they turn off the scales as they cause added wait times? The one where I live, they have it on because it happens like every time I go there. Gail said they add up all the stuff you took and let it get to a chargeable amount at Walmart. Oh, really? That's very cheeky. So I think it has to be $1,000 or close to it anyway. All right. What else do we have? We need more stories on this Friday night. Okay. Let's go to all right. Let's go here. Let's go to Missouri. or Kansas. I think it's Missouri.
Authorities have identified a suspect in the case of the shooting of a West Tennessee deputy. Weakley County Sheriff's Deputy, 37-year-old Derek Bonham, was fatally shot this morning. The Tennessee Bureau of Investigation has charged Christy Cunningham with first-degree murder. They say she shot the deputy while he was at a gas station checking for witnesses of a shots fired call. Cunningham is being held without bond.
Watch a very talented toddler make world record.
I don't know why they keep trying to play that video. It's very strange. So this woman, an Ohio woman, has been arrested and charged with murder in the shooting of a Weakley County, Tennessee deputy, Derek Bonham. The TBI says Christy Dawn Cunningham, 44, of Ohio, is charged with first-degree murder and is being held without bond. So that's the deputy there. That's someone who was killed. And I want to find a photo of her, Christy Dawn Cunningham. Let's see if we can find one for you. Is that her? That's not her. Yeah, I can't see a photo. I don't see a photo for her, but apparently she shot and killed that deputy. I wish I knew why she felt the need to kill him. But we're gonna have to wait for a yeah, Christy Dawn Cunningham. Uh I can't seem to find a photo of her. You would think if she'd been charged with the crime, there would be a mugshot given out, but I don't see one. All right, let me check the DA. So that's the officer there that was killed. That's his family, who now they have to go on with life without him because of this very selfish person who decided to take him from the world. There's him and his partner and him and his kids. All those children gonna have to go on with like life without dad because of this selfish woman. Let me see. Christy, I can't find anything about her. No mugshot, no anything. I would have thought for sure we'd here. I know where to go. I'm gonna check the Let me see if I can find a mugshot on here. Does this person live? No, they live in Missouri. There is a Christy Cunningham spelt in a very similar way. No, it's got a H. Oh, she's a self-published author. Self-published author, hey? So someone on here, by the way, thank you to this person. Christy D. Cunningham, Juvenile Correction Operations Manager in the state of Ohio. And there's some court documents. I don't know what this says. Something else there. I'm guessing that is her right there. Here, let's see. These photos were provided online. So I don't know what this has anything to do with it. Biracial couple gives birth to twins. Okay. I think they're saying that's her, this lady here. I can't verify it, but they're like the only photos I can find with the same spelling with the H after the K. They changed her name spelling? Possibly. Kim says, sounds like she lured him. One of each color. Yeah, I'm guessing that can happen. All right. What a horrible person. Why gun him down? For what reason? Let's have a look. Yeah. According to a witness, Cunningham appeared near the Martin McDonald's location at approximately 2:51 a.m. The witness said Cunningham arrived shortly after leaving the Days Inn area and appeared to be attempting to blend in. The witness stated that Cunningham went to a nearby Shell station, entered the store, attempted a card transaction that declined, exited the building, and left the area. Shortly afterward, the witness said Cunningham encountered a Weakley County Sheriff's deputy, at which point the shooting occurred. At approximately 4:20 a.m., people in the area were aware that an officer had been shot. The witness described a significant law enforcement presence, estimating roughly 18 police vehicles at the scene. The witness said Cunningham appeared to be taken into custody quickly. Apparently, she remains in custody in Madison County, but was previously held in Obion County. And yeah, they're waiting on formal charges to be applied for Christy Cunningham. Awful, awful. Yeah, let me see. Apparently, she spells her name multiple ways. Christy Cunningham, Christy Dawn Miller, Christy Dawn Curtis, and multiple other ways of spelling her name. Okay. Strange, but okay. Not illegal to have different names, I guess. All right, I'm gonna go up here. So this was only a few hours ago that the DA put out a statement about that officer's death. Saying here, Ohio woman arrested and charged in shooting death of West Tennessee deputy. They're saying here, just after 3 a.m., for reasons still under investigation, Cunningham brandished a weapon and shot the deputy. He was transported to a local hospital where he died. No other officers were injured in the incident. Martin police officers responded to the shooting and subsequently took Cunningham into custody. Yeah, so they're basically saying they don't know why she felt the need to go out there and shoot that officer. Like, there's like no reason. Like, they don't know why. They don't understand what she was doing, hanging out there at 3 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, it definitely sounds like aliases. Definitely. Very strange story. I don't understand. Like, what was the point of it? To hurt the officer? Yeah, I don't get it. 3 a.m. in the morning in the 800 block of University Street in Martin. Let's have a look where this is. All right, let's have a look. So there's the McDonald's right there. There's the McDonald's that they were talking about. There is the Shell. So just around here. The hell would you be doing out here at 3 a.m. in the morning? It just looks like an industrial strip mall type of place, and then you got homes on the back here. There's the hotel that they were talking about, the Econo Lodge in Martin. But other than that, you got a few homes and like that's it. A lot of like fast food, a Verizon store, a Burger King, a bank, and an Exxon mobile gas station, and a Dollar General. What on earth, other than getting some Pizza Pro, Taco Bell, or McDonald's, would you be doing in this area at 3 a.m. in the morning? I would suggest probably the Macca's would be open at 3. They'd probably be 24 hours. It says that she was on foot. Yeah. It says that she was on foot at the time. Very I don't get it. Yeah. Deputy Derek Bonham went to check a nearby gas station for witnesses when he encountered a 44-year-old Christy Dawn. Wait, hold on. The TBI says an Ohio woman has been arrested in connection with the shooting death. Yep. The agents began investigating the homicide, which took place Friday morning just before 3 a.m. Deputies with the Weakley County Sheriff's Office were originally assisting the Martin Police Department after a shots fired call at a hotel in the 800 block of University Street in Martin. Sounds like she let a gun off at that time. For reasons that are still being investigated, when the officers got there, Cunningham pulled out a gun and shot the deputy. It sounds like she created her own problems and that the only reason the cops were there is because she let off a weapon. That's basically what it sounds like. Sounds like she was probably staying at this O'Connor Lodge here and then let off a firearm. When the cops turned up, I think she was somewhere. Where's the other gas station? She was somewhere over here, and then she let off another round shooting at the officer. I mean, what a nutcase. 3 a.m. in the morning. Gas station, yeah. I would say the gas station, maybe the Hungry Jacks. Yeah, it definitely sounds like she may have lured him by letting off the original gunshots. I all for what? For what? To kill some deputy that you don't know, that you've never met before, to take him away from his family for no reason. Like, what did you actively achieve? Nothing. You achieved nothing. Now you're going to rot in a jail cell and you're going to get picked on every day by the guards in the jail and possibly other people because you shot a cop. Have fun with that life because, yeah, that's the type of life you are going to have. Terrible. If I hear more about this, I'll let you know. But yeah, Derek Bonham killed in the line of duty while investigating shots fired. Bizarre. Really, really bizarre. Yeah, there's like he should have made it home from his shift. He really should have. Let's see. No, we don't want that.
Update: the Tennessee Bureau.
Yeah, let's turn that off. Yeah, so very, very sad. He's passed away. Gail said stupidity level 100 achieved. She is pretty dumb. Yeah. There was no need for any of this at all. All right. All right. What else do we have? Anything else? Or are we done for the night? We might be done. Nope, we don't want that. I think I might be just about done. Just hold on. Let's see if I have anything else on my list of stories. Okay. Let's see if we can go to WKRC. And we'll talk about this one. All right. So, a Blount County man on bond for CSAM arrested for solicitation of a child in the UK. Here's his photo. His name is Justin Taylor Tier, and he was already out on a bond for activities to do with a child. And he decided to, oh, well, if I'm in trouble with children in the USA, you know what I'll do? I'll go and try and get a child in the UK. They said he was arrested during the execution of a search warrant at an address in Locust Fork. Investigators said they found evidence that he had communicated with a 14-year-old girl in the United Kingdom and had requested a nude video of the girl in the shower and sent nude videos of himself in a lewd act to her. Who would want it? I don't think that girl wants it. I don't think an adult woman wants it. I don't think anyone wants any videos of you playing with your string bean in like doing anything. Put it away and stop filming your tiny, tiny wiener. It's a chipolata. You have a chipolata, sir. It is not anything to be proud about. It is a tiny breakfast sausage. It is not a it is not a full size foot long. So apparently he was out of jail on bond after being arrested in July of 2025 for dissemination of CSAM, third degree assault, and fourth degree theft of property. He's currently being held in jail without bond. I don't know how he got bond in the first place. He's considered innocent until proven guilty. I don't know. When they put those photos of his chipolata up in court, I don't know how many people are going to think he's innocent. Apparently, they also found text messages of him telling the girl about sexual acts he wanted to perform on her, along with videos and images showing her what those acts were, including things like castration, uh, penoctomy, um, penoctomy, and domination. What a weirdo. They're saying he was out of jail on a bond after being arrested. So he did this. This girl that he was talking to in the UK was 15. 15. I know 14, even younger, 14. Where did I get 15 from? 14. This guy, I he looks like, he looks like he could, that guy from the guy from McDonald's, Grimace? He looks like he could be the real world incarnation of Grimace from McDonald's. If we painted him purple and shaved off the goatee, which looks terrible on him, by the way, he could be Grimace. He could be. Pen pardon? It's the word penoctomy. I don't know what the hell that means, but that's what it says. Penoctomy. So yeah. This guy, Justin Taylor Tier, and his tiny chipolata have apparently been trying to get to girls in the UK after already being busted talking to, underage girls in America. So yeah, don't look it up. I'm not going to look it up. I'm not going to do such a thing. I don't know what it means, but I am not going to look it up. They're saying here the sheriff's office Apparently, he repeatedly called the victim a female instead of a girl in every instance, and said Tia sent her text messages talking about numerous things he wanted to do with her. They're saying additional charges may be forthcoming upon processing of digital evidence found in the search warrant. So he better be shaking in his boots about what else may be encrypted on his hard drive that they might find. And Gala said if they send him over, he will get some really good friends. Well, he may get a penoctomy if he heads over to the UK. Someone may provide it to him. Yeah. Look at this guy. He looks like, I don't know, but whoever told him that the Van Dyke or whatever he's got going on suited him, it does not. No. This guy, be careful of him. If you live in Blount County, be careful. He's roaming around with his string bean, apparently, trying to talk up children. So, Justin Taylor Tier, or Tur, that might be an easier way to say it. Let me say, there's nothing else about him. Considering he was arrested in 2025, I don't see anything else from when he was originally picked up, which is concerning that it never made it to the public domain. Is that him? Hold on. Oh, I found him. Ping found him. I found him here. Here he is. I gotta pause the music. There he is. You look like a broken goldfish. Put the tongue away. Ain't nobody want to see it. You look like there should be a window there and you should be licking it. Get back on the bus, sir. Get back on the bus. He looks like a cyborg that they've just turned on and is like testing all of their parts. He's like, oh, I better test the tongue. Better test me eyelids. See if they work. What a freak, this guy. Alright, you freaking weirdo. Here's another one of him. What's his...
Lots of TikTok videos. And if I don't put my stupid, cringy, and probably offensive TikTok videos up here, I'll probably never post anything. So I have a female anatomy question because I'm a virgin and I've never done anything with any females, so I know nothing.
You've never done anything with any females. That's not what you were suggesting to the 14-year-old girl in the UK. You sound like a creep who gets onto TikTok and pretends to be inexperienced so girls will talk to you. Grooming is is probably the right word for it. I don't know how much of this I want to play, but let's see.
Nothing about female anatomy. And my question is, can your lips get chapped? And I don't mean these lips. I mean those lips. Can they get chapped? Wait, do they make lip balm like for the labia?
How do I volunteer as the firing squad? I would like to. I put up my hand. This guy is a predator. This is very like it's by the book. Like this is exactly. It's basically this is how they do it. You guys want to see part of how they do it? This is it. This guy, I mean, it's not okay. It's not okay to be putting this shit online. I'm glad he's behind bars. how this was in the public domain and they didn't pick him up before this is concerning to me. How many more of them like this are out there? It's getting the end of the line. This guy, man, he has such a punchable face too. Like, he's just a creep. His videos show that he's a creep, and you can tell that they are targeting young people. And he's not young. He shouldn't be talking to teenagers. And yeah, it's not funny. It's not, oh, it's edgy humor or something. No, it's not. It's just gross. It's gross. And yeah, what a piece of work this guy is. What an absolute, what other bullshit does he have on here? Just a boy looking for a girl and singing his heart out. No, ain't nobody care. You a predator, sir. You a predator.
Ready? 2, 3.
No. What other rubbish? No, we can't play music.
I'm a pervert, just like the next guy. I love naked women. I love.
Well, I'm glad he admits it. At least he's like open about exactly who he is.
Beautiful women. But I think it needs to be said. Cat ears and a cat tail is not a cosplay. Is it a sexy outfit? Absolutely. But if you put on a pair of cow ears, cat ears, dog ears, and a bikini with a like little.
All right, I can't listen to this guy talk absolute. At least he admitted that that's exactly what he is. He's a pervert. Yeah, I mean, at least we found the right video that provides a description for him. See, this is something here too. I want to show you guys something. If you haven't picked it, have you guys picked up the thing already that he's using to like lure teen girls? I don't know if you can see it in this sort of spread of images here, but I can. It is this. Do you see the puppy? This is like a really common technique that these predators use to draw young people in. And they'll often buy a puppy or a kitten or something like that because young people think it's like fun and they're cute and yeah, it's a puppy or whatever. It's a gateway for them to start interacting with the young people. This guy is basically advertising the textbook stuff of like abuse of like online grooming and stuff. And it's like no one's done anything about him until now. This needs to be taken down. I hope. How the hell does he have over like? He doesn't have very good followers because they're basically the same for following and followers. So he follows someone and they follow him. He does not have a following. Yeah, this guy, what an absolute piece of work. And this one, he's got like I'm not going to put this up on the screen, but he's got a naked photo here. No one wants to see it, I promise. Not anyone. No one wants to see your chipolata. This guy. I'm glad he's in jail. I hope he never gets out. If he does get out, we should keep an eye on him. And we should warn everyone. We should warn the world because he is dangerous. You can just tell by a lot of his videos and stuff that they're not directed to like more adult content, not even adult, but just grown-ups. And there's grown-ups that like anime and cosplay and things like that. But it's said in a different way and it's presented in a different way. His whole thing is presented at young people and children. So glad he's in jail. I hope Blount County keeps him there and hope we never have to speak about this guy ever again. What an awful thing to end the show on. Ugh. Here he is again. Look at this thing. Like a very evil Don Draper. Like, I think I need a shower after that. I need like a shower with bleach, with like sandpaper. I feel dirty. I feel dirty after even watching that. Yeah. Green Fairy Light said that was traumatic. Yes. And yeah, I think it just gives you an inside look into how these people do it. It really does. Man who was released on bond after CP, they say allegedly solicited 14-year-old. Well, we definitely found evidence that he was trying. Definitely found evidence. You know, what would be interesting is where did the search warrant come from? It doesn't say where the search warrant came from. It said his arrest came after authorities executed a search warrant at his residence. Something tells me maybe someone reported his TikTok or his YouTube, which is good. If someone reported it, please, you are a legend, and keep him off these platforms. Gaylor said, I read a story of a man that won $24 million and spent it on becoming a drug dealer. What a weirdo. Marylander said, was he released on bond? No, he was not given a bond. He is currently behind bars, and they are not looking to release him. So they're also saying additional charges may be forthcoming after investigators look through all his digital evidence. He's currently being held in, is it Blount County or Blount County jail with no bond warrant at this time. So he'll be in jail until he goes to trial. They are not giving him a bond. What an awful human being. Gail said he and his son were making millions. That's crazy. What a weird story. We won the lotto, and we're going to use it to fly to Colombia and become distribution partners with the cartel. All right. I'm going to get out of here. I did not expect that story to go where it went. I thought we were going in a completely different direction. I thought we were going to go in a very different direction to that. That was, yes, that was traumatic. It shows you, you know, the one last thing I'll say on it, it shows you how brazen they are, how brazen and just not scared of anything. I mean, we just looked him up, found him on TikTok, and he's just so forthright with it and so public with it. It's not done in the shadows. It's not done in the darkness. Just for everyone to see, we found it. I'm sure other people have seen it. He has over 2,000 followers, most of them probably children. These are the scumbags we need to get off the street. And I'm glad he's not on the street anymore because he is a very sick individual. There will be a Netflix documentary about him at some point. I promise. All right. Hey, I love you all very much. In a this guy TikTok way. I'll be back tomorrow. I don't know when. Whenever I get back from this lunch for our uncle's birthday, I will do a live show for you all, okay? Hey, I want to thank the nice people who support this channel. We are currently fundraising for the Samantha Murphy trial, Patrick Stevenson trial coming up in April. And so far, we've been doing really well. We're up to about we're up to $590. So you guys have done really well so far. I appreciate it. It's very kind. We never actively ask for donations ever, except if we're heading to a trial where we're going to have to go and stay in a different location for a period of time. So I appreciate it. Sean, thank you for your donation earlier. And I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, Nidal except Gala. Yeah, she's in the daytime. She's already in the daytime in the UK. All right. If you haven't hit that like button, you know, on the last video we did 2 hours, only 40 likes. How does that work? We need to, as a channel, as a community, we need to try and get those likes up over that 100 mark every day. That would really help the algorithm-y thing. Over 100, do your part. Hit that thumbs up, and if you haven't hit subscribe, I would appreciate it. My name's Ping. This is Nights with Ping. Good night, everyone.